While we're talking about books, as I said, my book, the latest one, is Think, Prepare, Play Like a Champion. You might be interested that this is probably putting together two things that I've done over a lot of my lifetime, as well as writing a few academic papers. But the first one was Heart Rate Fitness Program, which I did about 25 years ago now, 25 or 26 years ago, and it was all about finding out when you're an athlete, not being a lab rat, more about yourself. I was an elite athlete at the time, so understanding polar heart rate at the time was about the only watch that did that. Now you've got lots of different alternatives. I've still got some polars, but I've got a great Garmin that can do all of that and tell me exactly what my heart rate is. So that was pretty important because you started to know about training zones, maximum heart rates, etc. And then the next book I wrote with my brother Mark, and it was straight before they won the AFL Grand Final in 2004, and we called it The Night Marcus Won the Flag. And people say to me, oh, it's a kid's book, and it was great because it touched buttons and made noises and everything, and you read it. And again, with each of those things, it talks about lots about a dream, like a young player going to bed, kicking the ball lots, seeing himself do that. So in fact, that was a bit of a psychology book, and it's still a great psychology of how kids who go on to be champions think. And then of course I put that together and a whole lot of new knowledge, and then we're putting the psychology with the physical, and we're coming up with exactly how to have a program to do something about both and being great. And finally, I thought I'd show you, I talk about highlight tapes all the time. If you have 5 minutes, watch my highlight tape, just so you can see that I wasn't always looking like this, I wasn't always older, I was a young person that could do things. And doing so, I thought I'd show you probably a little bit that happened in the last 3 months, 4 months for me. As I said, I was inducted into the South Australian Sports Hall of Fame in 2013. Probably one of the greatest things that happened was this year, all of us that won 10 or 11 in a row, I put in a whole application, why and how, and it was the memories of everyone going together, all the people that were involved, all the teams we had together over the years, the fun we had, the hard work we did, the night on itself. So this is called Reminders. They're a big part of my book, a big part of the program, and showing people that if you put it on a coffee table, everyone will pick it up, have a look at it and go, oh, that was pretty cool. And again, I also gave every one of my players, I made a little shot glass. I don't drink, but I thought they were fantastic because I talk about being bright and fluoro. That was always one of my trademarks. So again, it had their initial on it, a little star, and underneath it had how many of the championships out of the 11 they were involved in. And it's a really good memory because we got one trophy, but everyone deserved one because it was all about the whole team. And lastly, the other thing I was going to show you is I worked with North Adelaide Footy Club, who are a local SANFL club here last year. How good is it to report at the end of the year that the league and the reserves both won the grand final? And it was a pretty good time, not only in all that we did together, but I'm just going to show you why it was also pretty important. We did things like jigsaws together, all of that. Red frogs, you'll hear all about that. But I've got to show you this because these are my daughter and my friends, and on the last page I've got all the things that put in controversies, what was in the paper with me standing there, all the people we got on with, chimney ceremony, which my dad started here in Adelaide years ago, and then finally holding the cup, and then finally at the very end, last page, I've got my daughter, my friend Mare, myself and my friend Wendy. We all went together. How great is it to have women that just have the best time helping and encouraging others, and we were able to stand on the outer side of the ground and yell positive things and help people and just what they were doing. And as I said, when you end up with a whole group at a scoreboard and the whole club's had a fantastic experience, isn't that what Think, Prepare, Play Like a Champion really is?